Squig Nation, welcome to another Age of Sigmar Battle Report. I'm your host, James the Fluffmeister, and with me today is...
your friendly neighborhood rocket scientist.
Yes, we have got a bonus. I'm calling it a bonus episode here for you. Today we have Jake's Slaanesh versus my favorite army, the Sylvaneth.
So we've been waiting. We've been mentioning this in a few episodes so far.
Yes.
I finally have my Demonette Horde of Slaanesh ready for you. All the original Metal Juan Diaz ones. I'm super happy you throwing them down on the table right before, of all things,
the book changes.
Yep.
So you're probably, by the time you're watching this, I'm assuming the new Slaanesh book is out. Yep. Probably with our filming schedules are usually about 2 or 3 weeks out. Mm-hmm. So I'm assuming the new book's already hit by then, or it's up for pre-order. Mm-hmm. So some of these rules might have changed in the new book. Just warning. Yeah. But we are playing underneath the old book pre-FAQ. Mm-hmm. We're expecting that any day here now. Maybe. Yeah. Anything else?
I'm ready to throw down a bunch of Demonettes.
All right. Lists coming up next.
Howdy, folks. So today I'll be running 2,000 points on the nose of my He Knights of Slaanesh. I'll be running Godseekers today solely because that +1 to movement really goes far, as James knows.
Yep. I mean, when you're playing Slaanesh, it goes without fail. You're going to roll Snake Eyes. Yeah. And you're going to do it 2 times in a row, even with the reroll.
Yeah. So that's going to be helping me out today. Today, my leader, for my 4 leaders, I've got my general's going to be my big old Keeper of Secrets. Keeper of Secrets going to be a Thrill Seeker. Bindings of Slaanesh. Going to run in the Sinester's Hand just for that little chance to heal back, especially versus a lot of 2 damage and 3 damage weaponry I'll be facing off today. Mm-hmm. And the main spell is going to be Progeny of Damnation. Next up, I'll be running Shilexi Hellbane. Going to be referred to as Hellbane throughout the course of today's game. Hellbane's going to be running Slothful Super as the spell. For the non-keeper characters, I've got an Infernal Rapturous, just because the +1 depravity does go far. But, as you know, that's the only shooting I've got on the list. So that will hopefully help do a little bit of sniping. And lastly, one of my favorite characters, not just for the Slaanesh army, but for Age of Sigmar in general, Contorted Epitome, running Hysterical Frenzy, trying to help shut down a lot of opposing magic.
Yeah, and she's good for those, give you those rerolls too.
Yeah, which really helps go far. Now, the real thing which I'm super happy about, I'll be running a brick of 30 Demonettes with all the icons and banners in between. Just going to run them up the table and have fun with that. And then 2 dinky little 10-man or female or whatever Slaanesh is calling himself these days. So a total of 50 metal Juan Diaz Demonettes. Then I'll be going on to 10 also Juan Diaz Seekers. You don't see Seekers running on the table much, but they're just so dang fast. Even with your teleports, she'll still be able to pretty much compare with that. Also, they're one of my favorite minis for the army. And then, interestingly, today I'll be running 2 endless spells. First off, Dreadful Visage, just because one of my favorite models that's painted up. And the Mesmerizing Mirror as well, just because why not look pretty?
Sure thing. It's all about being flashy.
Yeah, so I've got a super pretty army today. I absolutely am super happy to have it on the table before the book goes out. James, on to you.
All right. And here we are with the Sylvaneth. Today I'm running 2,000 points on the nose. My Glade I've chosen is a Gnarlroot army, which will give all my units reroll 1s to hit if they're within range of the wizard, which means I had to have lots of wizards. So I am stacked up on characters today. My general will be my Treelord Ancient. He's taken the obligatory Chalice of Nectar, which is the one that heals a unit when I cast a spell.
If you cast a spell.
If I get a spell off. Hopefully, with the item he's got, those might be reversed. But his item, it lets him roll 3d6 when he casts a spell.
Which, as if you've ever seen him play, even on 3d6, I think it's gone off once in, a dozen or so games?
Probably. Yep. So hopefully he'll be getting someone off today. Next up, I have Drycha with her colony of Flutterflies, Flutter Furies, whatever you want to call them. 20 shots is pew-pewing. Next up, I have my boy, Spirit of Durthu, with his big sword. Hopefully he'll be showing those keepers his secret.
Not in front of Baby Yoda, man.
And then to follow it all up, I have 2 Branchwraiths, both with Verdurous Harmony. Hopefully bringing back a Kurnoth Hunter or some Dryads or Tree-Revs. And I forgot the spells for the other 2. The Treelord Ancient and Drycha both have Regrowth.
Okay.
I like the having a backup.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because Drycha has a habit of dying quickly. And then for my battle line, I have 5 Spite-Revenants because points. They're good for 60.
They're decent for this.
60-point battle line unit, sure. And then I have 2 units of Tree-Revenants. These guys are pretty awesome. They don't do a lot of damage,
but that's not their point.
Nope, they can teleport anywhere on the board. They don't need the trees. They're just kind of a threat. They kind of make your opponent stand. They control your opponents how they play because they have to stay on those objectives or else I'm going to steal them from you.
Especially since for the mission that we're running today, a lot of objectives for teleportation.
Yep.
So that's definitely going to be an advantage on that. And at the end of the day, Age of Sigmar is about playing the mission. So they're very useful as a tool for that. Yep.
And then I got a unit of 6 Kurnoth Hunters with Scythes because it wouldn't be a Sylvaneth list without them. Then I got 2 more units of 3 Kurnoth Hunters with bows because pew, 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 pew. Hunters are awesome. I think that's the way, with the current book it is, that's how you move forward. Yeah, I think they're just awesome. Some of my favorite models. And in case you haven't noticed, I have not mentioned a battalion. Sylvaneth players are used to having battalions inside battalions inside battalions. I did not take a battalion. I'm going to see how it is rolling without one, which means I'm not getting that second item for Durthu. Usually I give him the -1 to hit. So we'll see how he survives without it.
Okay.
Should be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Deployment coming up next. Okay, so here we are deployed. As you can see from the board, we're playing Scorched Earth from the Journal's Handbook. Sorry about that abrupt end right there, but it looks like we lost the audio for the clip, so I'm going to go ahead and narrate for you. First up, I'm going to cast the Branchwraith's War Scroll spell to summon a unit of Dryads in the Wildwood. This cast on a 7. And here we go. We're going to roll it. I only roll a 4, so it's not successful. Next up, I got the Treelord Ancient. He's going to use his command ability to give rerolls to himself with the bubble. I'm also going to make Drycha enraged, giving her double the shots with her Flutter Furies, or shooting attack. I'm going to try to cast Cradle Wood with my Treelord Ancient here. He gets to roll 3 dice, pick the 2 he wants, cast on a 9. Jake is going to attempt to Dispel with his Contorted Epitome because it lets him re-roll Dispel attempts. He's got 2 attempts. First one rolls a 9, so it doesn't beat it. Second one rolls a 5, doesn't beat it again. So I will be creating that Wildwood here at the end of the hero phase. We're going to keep moving on. Next up, I got Drycha. I'm going to try to cast Mystic Shield with her. Of course, it casts on a 6 here. Go ahead and roll that. Roll an 8. It's successful. Jake's gonna try to dispel it with his Contorted Epitome. again. First cast is a 7, so he's going to re-roll that. Second one is a 9, so he does stop that. I believe that's everything for my hero phase. So we'll go ahead and be back right after my movement. Okay, so here we are after my movement phase. Tree-Revs just hung back. Everyone pretty much teleported, other than the Branchwraith back here. Drycha used the once per turn teleport. Durthu and the Treelord, they get a built-in teleport that doesn't use up my one teleport, so they're there. Then from the Enclaves, this unit of 6 Scythes popped up, this unit of 3 bows popped up, and this unit of 3 bows popped up with. I also brought in this unit of 5 Spite-Revenants here in front of Drycha, just to provide a little bit of a chaff wall. Again, you guys, sorry about the audio here. It's just going to be like an old once bitten battle report. So we're going to jump into my shooting phase here. I'm going to try to shoot everything I can into his general, the Keeper of Secrets right there. First up, I'm going to shoot with Durthu because he does have the shortest range on his weapon out of everyone. So he's got 6 attacks. These are hitting on 4s. Of course, I'm re-rolling 1s because he is near a wizard. Looks like 3 hits. To wound, I'm looking for 3s to wound here. Got a couple leaners there, I'll re-roll. Looks like 2 of them go through. Ren 1, so he's going to be saving here on 5+. Oh, 1 more leaner for him. He fails both, so these are D3 damage. Roll a whole whopping 3 damage out of his 14 wounds. So he's got 11 left. Next up, I believe I'm going to shoot with the Treelord Ancient. He normally hits on a 2. He's going to hit. He wounds on a 3. Womp womp. Roll a 2. Nothing I can do about that. Next up, I'm going to shoot with Drycha. She is enraged, so she's going to get 20 shots here. These are hitting on 4s with 6s doing more wounds. And of course, I'm rerolling 1s to hit because she herself is a wizard. Let's get those 20 dice. And let's roll. Okay, gonna go ahead and pick out those more wounds there. That trigger on 6s. Looks like I have 3. I'm re-rolling a couple of 1s here. Did trigger another mortal wound, so that's going to be 4 mortal wounds to his keeper. Going to go ahead and pick out those misses. Again, we're hitting on 4s. So that looks like only 3 hits. She's wounding on 3s. That'll be 2 more wounds at rend 1. So his keeper's going to be saving here on 5s. Fails with both of those. So that's going to be 6 wounds total, plus the 3 earlier, so that's going to be 9. It's going to leave him on 5 wounds with his keeper. Next up, I got a unit of bow hunters. They're hitting on 4s with the champion, getting +1 to hit, so he'll be hitting on 3s. They are in range of rerolls from being wholly within, I believe it's 12 of the wizard. And get those dice here. The light blue will be the champion. Or light green, should I say, sorry. Looks like I got 3 hits. 3s to wound. I got 2 wounds at rend 1. So again, he's going to be saving here on 5s. Fails them both. So it'd be D3 damage. Can I roll 5 on 2 dice? Let's see here. Womp. Only 2 damage. So that's going to leave him on 3 wounds left. Next up, I have to use that last unit of bow hunters there. It's going to be the same deal. Champion's going to be hitting on 3s. The rest of the unit's going to be hitting on 4s. Green dice are going to be the champ. So I got 2 rerolls there, or reroll there with the 1 leaner, and then 1 reroll from being in range of the wizard. That's going to be 4 hits. 3s to wound again. Reroll that leaner. I only have 1 go through. So he's looking for a 5 up here to save. And squigged. So he's going to survive on 3 wounds. And I believe that is everything in my army that could shoot. Okay, so that's the end of my shooting.
So pretty happy that you fluttered, or you failed pretty hard on those Kurnoth, because I usually am really afraid of their shooting.
Yeah, I mean, usually they're able to bring down a character or something like that. But hey, whatever. Cool. So that's it for them. Charges next. I'm not going to charge you. No.
Are you sure you don't want to even try just to see with your Treelord?
Nah.
Tying up a 30 blob of demonettes is fun.
No. I think I'm okay. So we'll end my turn there. I have all 4 of my objectives here. She's claiming this one. I got a toe in basically right there with my Kurnoths. So that's going to put me on 4-0. And it'll be your turn 2 coming up next? Or your turn 1?
Yep, my first turn. Okay, so right now I've got a horde of trees trying to get really close to my honeys. I'm going to open up with my Mesmerizing Mirror in my magic aspect of my phase. So this is cast on a 6. I'm going to cast this from my Contorted Epitome just because it allows me to reroll, just because this is a really important spell for me right now. So that's going to be cast on an 8. Because this one, if you're not familiar, because you probably don't see it much, this is a pretty big hero bomb spell, endless spell.
And with all my heroes there, I probably don't want that going off. So I'm going to try to dispel with my Treelord Ancient. He's got the item lets him roll 3 dice. It's even on a dispel attempt.
Okay.
So I'm looking for a 9 here. Nah. It goes.
Okay, so cast on a 6, obviously it went off, successfully cast. It's set up within 18 inches of the caster. At that point is a predatory endless spell, and it can move 6 inches and fly. So we'll be back in a moment after I'm done with this. It's not going to move much, but you're going to see some serious hero bombing. All right, so super happy with my Contorted. End up putting the Mesmerizing right here. It's basically just a giant version of Sigvalad's Pretty Mirror from the End Times. This is pretty cool. Irresistible Lure says if a unit starts to move within 12 inches, it suffers D3 mortal wounds unless it finishes the move closer, which at this point you probably want to try escaping, so it's going to deal some D3 if you try to flee. The big part is what I'm going to be doing now. Gaze not into the depths. After this model is set up and after this model is moved, roll 6 dice for each hero within 6 inches of the model. Right now, that's why it's such a big bomb, because he's got all 3 heroes right next to it. Roll 6 dice for each hero within 6 inches of this model. Roll separately for each hero, so if one flubs, it still has the chance for the other. For each 6, that hero suffers a number of mortal wounds equal to the number of 6s that were rolled for the hero. So in their example, they say if you roll just one 6, just 1 mortal wound. But if I roll 2 6s, 2 times 2 goes to 4, and it just ramps up exponentially.
Yep.
So right now, looking to roll 6 6s.
Okay, who are we doing first?
We're going to do in the very far back. So
my general first?
Yep, so your general, looking for 6s.
All right.
So it's going to be 4 mortal wounds.
4 mortal wounds on Mr. Treelord. Okay.
Does he have any mortal wound protection?
I do if I have a command ability, but not using it this time.
Okay.
I don't have any points to either, so.
All right. Next up, going for Durthu. Looks like Durthu is completely safe.
Okay.
However, next up is going to be Drycha. So, once again, looking for 6s. Nothing.
Woo! Okay, so just the 4 for my Treelord?
Yep.
Okay, I'll mark that up. What else we got?
Next up, the Contorted is going to be doing their own spell. This is Overwhelming Acquiesce, casting value of 7. That's a 10.
Ouch.
So, if you want to do this while you're thinking it's essentially cast, you can pick up to D3 units within 24 inches of the caster that are visible to them. You can reroll hit rolls of 1 for those until your next hero phase. So it's pretty big. I mean, it is a 10 though.
I know you got 2 more spells of that other keeper.
I've got 2 on the keeper and 2 on my character as well.
What is she? Are they buff spells or are they damage spells that they got?
The one that you've drastically damaged is Progeny of Damnation, which allows me to re-heal.
Okay.
And then the other one, as the generic, they both have generic keeper abilities, but then the other one is Slothful Sipper, which basically just tries locking you down. It denies a lot of command abilities.
Okay, but I'm assuming those require line of sight.
Yes.
Okay, which I'm hiding right now from the forest with those guys. So, 10 is super hard to stop right now. I'm going to have to let it go.
Okay. So, with that going through, it allows me to pick D3. So how many am I going to get out of this? 2. So 2 units within 24 inches, I'm able to reroll hit rolls of 1. So, so I basically can get anything I want. So I'm going to pick right here.
Durthu?
Yep. Just because I really have to try doing as much damage as Durthu.
Yep.
And then the other one, I'm not worried about these guys right here, but because they have 32-inch bases, that's going to be, I have to chew through a lot of them, and I don't think I'll be able to get through. So the other unit I'm going to do is this unit of 6.
Can you see? I don't think you can see. Does it have to be, was it within?
Within 24 inches?
Is it visible?
It says you can pick up to D3 units within 24 inches of the caster that are visible to them. Ooh, so they're not, because they're technically hidden.
Yep.
So unfortunately at this point, then I'm just going to choose your dinky little guys up front.
Dinky little guys, cool.
Yeah. So it is what it is, but they'll be marked. Next up, I'm going to go to my Keeper of Secrets, who is very, very damaged.
Okay.
The Keeper is going to cast Progeny of Damnation, cast on a 7. If I cast it, heal 1 friendly unit within 6 inches of the caster that is visible to them. For D3, if I roll a 10, it's D6 instead.
Cool.
So, looking for a 7, but I want a 10 plus. That's a 6. I love my number, but that's not what I'm looking for.
Okay.
So next up, he's going to try casting Mystic Bolt. Or actually, sorry, Mystic Shield, actually.
Shield, okay.
Yeah, just because pretty damaged at this point. Anything will help. So, Shield, going off on 11. Where was that when I needed it?
I'm not going to stop that one. I'll let it go.
All right, so we'll be shielded. Next up, we're going to move all the way on over to Hellbane herself, or itself, or Slaanesh.
There's some, yep.
Yep, there herself. Refined Senses is its really easy spell, but the issue is it's range self, casting value of 4. I'm going to try doing it just cause.
Sure.
Let me check what spell I gave just in case. Yep, Slothful Stupor. I am going to cast the units within 12 inches. The issue is because of those woods, nothing's really visible.
Yep.
So cast on a 4-up, trying to make himself easy to reroll. Which cast on a 3. However, oh, nope. Sometimes, since we do play with terrain, which is sometimes mystical and all that, not helping me right here.
Okay.
So it's going to flub. And then Arcane Bolt. Trying to see what's actually visible at this point. The only thing which I can slightly see is this Tree-Revenant over here.
You're within 18?
Let's see if I am within range, and I'm out of range.
Okay.
So there's not much I can do on that. So we'll be back in just a moment after I do some movement. All right, so that concludes my first movement. If you're looking over here, Demonettes, I rolled a 4 for the run because they're able to run and charge. And after evaluating what's going on, it was a 22-inch difference over there. So puts me at 12, so I would basically have to roll an 11 or a 12 with a reroll. Not worth it trying to do that. So they just consolidated over here. The the Infernal Enraptious decided to move just a little bit closer towards the center. The good thing is now she has a line of sight to do some shooting. The very damaged Keeper of Secrets, with 3 wounds remaining, I mean, the Keeper of Secrets has to do what Keeper of Secrets does, and that's get close to combat. Also for command ability proccing. The ability for the artifact gives me allows me to run and charge, and I rolled a 3, so I'm exactly 3 inches away. Everything else moved on up, so they moved pretty dang close. They're just 3 inches away. You'll notice right here, there's I sort of did a U formation for it. The reason is they got an aura for stuff within 6 inches, therefore I'm going to get Drycha and the what are they called up in front? Bodyguarding?
Spite-Revenants.
Yep, so there's that. You'll notice over here, just about, it's 3 inches away for this big old honey horde of 30 Demonettes. Over towards the middle, I've got 10 Seekers that are getting ready to do a charge pretty close down the road. I've got Hellbane right nearby. The issue is Hellbane is a great character killer, but pretty mediocre at everything else, especially with the ability not going off. But they're just there for support. And then lastly, over here, I did the exact same thing. They only rolled a 3 for their run. Doesn't matter. I just did it to consolidate a little bit closer towards my end.
Yep, you just did that because if you leave your objective, you run the chance of my Spite-Revenants teleporting over there and burning it.
Yeah, and I'm super fearful of that, especially in a mission where you have a lot of even greater mobility than I do. Now, if it was versus Slaves to Darkness or I don't know, another super slow army, I wouldn't be as concerned. But that's not that's not what's going on. We go quickly into my shooting phase, and then I'll figure out from there. The Infernal Enraptious over here is able to see your character up close. I'm going to try doing the Heart-Sing Lyre. It's a range 24, only 1 shot.
Go big or go home.
Yeah. Hits on 2s, wounds on 3s. The reason I'm doing it is because Ren 3 damage 3, D3.
Okay.
So, looking for a 2.
Hits.
And looking for a 3.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yep, it was worth a shot. So we'll be back in just a moment as I get ready to do some hardcore charges. Okay, so I'm running Godseekers for a reason. Godseekers gives you a +1 to your charge. While it's usually pretty dominant for chariot lists, it's great for people like me who like rolling snakes for rerolls for the charge. So I'm going to open up with my general. Going to try charging over here. Because I'm at 3 inches, guaranteed now it's just a matter of placement. So it's going to be a 7, so it's going to be 8. So I'm going to do that right over here.
Okay.
The big thing though is you have a 3-inch range. Mm-hmm. So base is 2.5, so it's going to happen. I'm going to get both of them in. I'm going to shift on over here to my Seekers though, who are just, most of them are at 3 inches. The issue is they're only 1 inch range for all their attacks. But let's see how I'm going to finagle.
Ooh, there you go.
Double Slaanesh. All right, so they're going to do that. I'll move them in just a moment. Next up is going to be Hellbane herself.
Okay.
A 6, which will end up working because they were 6 inches before. Then the big thing I've got going on, I'm going to see what's going on with my Demonettes for their chart.
Do you want to move everyone else first? And then
Yeah, then we'll be back in just a moment for that. Okay, so the Seekers and Hellbane were able to sneak on in rather comfortably. next up, I've got this big old horde of demonettes. It's a 4. So it's technically a 5. That means I'm going to get quite a bit. Then I do have my pile in as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it like that. However, that's a 6-inch charge through there. So I'm going to see what's going on because I'm going to try wrapping around. Yeah, let's see what she can do.
Cool.
With a 7, so she will be able to fit comfortably wherever she wants. So we'll be back in just a moment with my 30 demonettes making their way. Okay, so I'm going to open up with my Locust Diversion. This is the end of the charge phase. As James will say right now, it does actually matter because there's a lot of interactions between end of charge phase and start of combat.
Yep.
So Locust Diversion is going from the Keeper, who is very wounded, onto the one I charged. Yep. Was on a 4, now it's on a 5, but because I'm a Lord of Chain, or Keeper of Secrets, it goes off on a 3, which it will. As I said, James knows, and everyone who watched last battle report, the amount of 1s and 2s I rolled was astronomical.
Yep.
That's not a rocket scientist joke at all. So that's going to be delayed right there. Next up, I'm going to be doing the Locusts on... Actually, how hard do these guys hit? Do they have any rend?
Yeah, no rend, but they have lots of attacks.
Is it 4 attacks apiece?
3 or 4 attacks apiece, yeah.
Is it 3s and 3s or 4s and 4s?
3s and 3s.
Ooh, okay.
And because Drycha's there, they get rerolls.
Okay. So I'm going to do it on the small little unit.
Okay.
So I need 5s.
Who is this from? From her regular Locust? Okay.
Yeah. It's only a 4, so not going to go off. Next up is going to be Hellbane. Hellbane is going to be doing it on the big old unit of 6.
Yep.
So looking for 3s. And that's a 2. So that's all I've got for my character support doing Locusts.
At the end of the charge phase.
Yep, so now...
My woods go off now.
Yep.
Let's see how many 6s I can roll, if any. So, the woods attack everyone wholly within an inch, or wholly within the wood. So let's just start over here. I got my Seekers, or your Seekers.
Yep.
6 will take mortal wounds. Nope. The big Keeper. Yes.
Woo!
It takes D3. 3 mortal wounds.
Okay, so I do have my shield.
Yep.
So I'm stopping 2 of them.
Okay.
All right, so next up...
Do those? I don't think those count as well. We'll check if they count.
Yeah, we'll check in just a moment. Next up, you got the Demonettes.
Demonettes. Nope. And then
You've got the Contorted.
Contorted Epitome. Yes. Ooh. 3 mortal wounds.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll it right now. This is cool. This is strange. The mirror gives me a 2-up mortal save.
Okay.
So looking for 1s for you.
Nope.
So I'm safe on that, but that's pretty cool.
And then I think your big Keeper is actually out of range.
Yep.
So that's all my woods attacks. So what else? So is that the end of that? And then we got
your stomps. Yes.
Start of the combat phase.
Mm-hmm.
Which you got her special ability.
Yep.
And then you got my stomps. But because it's your turn, you get to pick the order in which they happen. I don't think it affects anything, but...
At the start of the combat phase, roll a dice for each enemy unit within 6 inches of any friendly unit. On a 4-up, that unit fights at the end of the combat phase.
Yep.
So I'm going to do mine first just because
Yep.
better chance while I'm still alive, right?
Might as well, yep.
So the Contorted is going to do start of the combat phase on a 6+. So let's see who's within range.
So it's just Durthu, but he's already striking last.
Yep, he's already striking last. Back here, outside of 6. So I'm going to do it on Drycha first.
Okay. So you're looking for a 4+?
Yep.
Yes. Okay. And then you got
the Revenants.
Spite-Revenants in front. Yes.
And also going off.
Okay. So that's basically all my army striking. Oh
No,
no.
no, you've got your
Hunters.
Your Kurnoth are fortunate.
Kurnoth, and I got my Treelord.
Yep.
Okay.
So now it's on to you to try stomping my face.
Yep. And I believe they each. I believe with the way it's worded. Check.
Is it if they're engaged in combat, or is there a range on it?
No, it's a 3-inch. It's a 3-inch range. At the start of the combat phase, pick one enemy unit within 3 inches of this model. Roll a dice. Okay. So they'll strike at the end of the combat phase. So I actually get it
twice because
it's not a model with this ability or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me just roll those 2 4-ups right here. Let's see if I can make it strike last. Or at the end. No, 1 and a 3. Okay. Worth a shot.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's all I got for my stomps. Do you know who's going to go first?
Yeah. Let's see, because everyone's striking basically last, with the exception of over here.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got to focus all my effort and energy on them.
Okay, so who's going to go first?
I will determine after this commercial break.
Okay.
Okay, so after much considerable deliberation, I'm going to be attacking with Hellbane first, just because after measuring, it looks like 5 of these guys can strike back, because they're in that 2-inch range is pretty impressive. And it's one of those things that it's only D3 damage, so that means I was a little bit worried on the two wounds for the Seekers. I might luck out. So Selexi's Hellbane, pretty limited amount of attacks, great versus characters, pretty mediocre otherwise. I'm going to do the 2 attacks from the Impaling Claws, looking for 3s and 3s. This one's at proccing an extra attack.
Yep.
And looking for 3s. All right, so it's going to be 2, which are going through.
Ren.
This is Ren 2.
Ren 2, okay.
But because it's a full wound profile, it's going to be 5 damage each if they go through.
Damn. Okay, so they're in cover.
Mm-hmm.
So they're on a 3-up save.
Mm-hmm.
So they take it to a 5-up, and they did plant their roots, so they're rerolling all saves. So this will be 2 saves on 5-up rerollable?
Yep.
All right, let's see. None. And then, can I do it? Ah, no. Ouch, that's 10 damage?
That's 10 damage. Next up, I've got Soul Piercer.
Okay.
Soul Piercer is hitting on a 2. So it's 2s and 2s. So it's going through. And it flubs.
Nah, okay. And I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to remove from. Okay. Ouch.
And then you've got 2 wounds remaining, right? Because they're four wounds?
5 wounds apiece.
5 wounds. Dang, they're meatier than my ogres.
Yep.
But they're a little chewier with the bark taste. So next up, it's because everything else is striking last, so now it's just how you want to divert your attacks over here.
Well, I got 2 more. So I mean, I can still attack with them.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can attack with my Treelord.
There's a lot of, especially because I'll get my pile-in over here. That's a lot. Mind you, there are 4 attacks per demonette. So it's 2 for the steed.
Yeah. But they don't have any rend, right?
The demonettes do. They have rend 1. The steeds don't.
Okay.
So the big thing is that's a lot of attacks after pile-in. Plus, I'm in combat with your character over there.
I'm still going to go over here because I still want Durthu to stay alive. So I'm going to go with the Treelord Ancient into your keeper. The massive impaling talon is too far away, so that won't happen.
Okay, and mind you, you have taken 4 wounds.
Yep.
So you're slightly bracketed.
Yep, so I got 2 blows. You know what? Maybe that's not the best one. No, I'm going to do it because I don't want Durthu going down.
Yep, I still think it's the right move.
So we'll hit there. So he's got 2 attacks with his sweeping blows. He is hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, run 1d6 damage. Okay, so let's do it right here. So hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s because he himself is a wizard. There's a 2. Wounding on 3s. All right, it does wound.
So what's the rend?
1.
Okay, so I'm a 4 up. Now I'm a 5, but I've got Mystic Shield.
So rerolling 1s.
So 5 up.
Ooh.
All right, so it's going to go through. I've got 3 wounds remaining.
D6.
1s and 2s.
Let's see. Can I roll it? 4. Yeah.
Okay. So it's going to end up killing that, killing my keeper. I do get only 2 depravity because the last one doesn't count.
Yep. So that man's down, and then it's your activation.
We'll be back in a moment. Okay, so the Seekers are doing a split combat. I've got the 3 over here going against your character. Is that the Branchwraith?
Branchwraith, yep.
Okay. Branchwraith, you said, is a -1 to hit.
Yeah, she's wholly within 6 of a Wildwood, which she is.
I don't see why you wouldn't keep her there. So I'm going to be directing 3 attacks, or 3 Seekers into her, and the rest will be rolled separately into the Kurnoths.
Okay.
So normally 3s and 4s, but now it's going to be 4s and 4s. I'm going to do the Demonettes, Piercing Claws first. These ones are the ones that have rend.
Okay.
So instead of 3s and 4s, looking for 4s and 4s. Okay. Looks average. And 4s. So it's going to be 1 wound with rend 1.
Okay, so she's got a 5-up save, so negates the cover she's in, so I'm looking for a 5. Nope, so she'll take a wound.
Next up, I've got the Poison Tongues, 3s and 4s. Same thing, but just no rend. So 4s and 4s now. Okay. Wow. All right, so I get an extra 3 6s, so getting a bunch of attacks out of that. So looking for 4s. Wow, where is this when I need it? All right, so it's going to be 5 attacks.
Ouch. So she might go down.
No rend, though.
No rend. Okay. So she's taking 1 wound. She's got, you said 5 attacks?
Yep.
So she's looking for 4-ups here. Rerolling 1s because she is in range of the Kurnoth Hunters.
Nice.
Can I make some saves? I do. Okay, so she's going to take 2 more wounds.
Next up, I've got the remaining 5 Seekers going into the Kurnoth Hunters. These don't get the -1 though, right?
Nope.
All right, so looking for 3s and 4s. Wow, look at all those. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Looking for 4s. These have rend 1. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 armor saves with rend 1.
Okay, so this will negate the cover that they're in, so I'm looking for 4-up rerollable here. Okay. So that's
Is it all rerollable?
All rerollable. So that one's leaning. Okay. So those save. And then that's technically a leaner there.
All save?
All save.
Dang. All right. Next up, I've got 10 attacks from the Poison Tongues. All right. Oops. Were you able to see that really quick before I wasn't hit that?
Yeah, I think it was a 3.
Okay. And then I've got 1 more coming back.
Okay.
Looking for 4s. All right, so it's going to be a total of 5 armor saves, regular armor saves.
Okay, so these will be 3-up rerollable. Okay, that one's leaning. Let's reroll that one. Okay, so I just got 1 save that failed. Reroll, make it.
I am super surprised on the survival.
Anyone who plays Kurnoth Hunters will know that's typically what happens.
Should have taken a brick of 6 that just don't move.
Yes.
Okay.
Unless you got high rend.
Which unfortunately the army outside the keepers doesn't. So
my activation?
yeah, and I think it's just the Kurnoth that.
Well, I actually got both Kurnoth now. Because these guys were in range here.
We made sure it was outside of 2.
For that one too, yeah. So they're out. Well, they can still pile. They can pile in. Yeah, I guess those Kurnoth Hunters there will activate. Yeah. So do I want to give you? They're going to activate. Let me go and think of who they're going to go into. All right. So we got my Kurnoth Hunters here. They're all striking into Hellbane. I don't like the striking last here. I think I need to go for her. Plus,
You can blend through the hordes with relative ease later.
yeah, and each one she does is killing a Kurnoth Hunter here. So that's who they're scared of. So I got all 4 guys are within range of her. The champion gets +1 to hit, so he's hitting her on 2s. The rest are hitting her on 3s. A wizard's right there, so I'm re-rolling 1s.
Yep.
So I'm looking on 2s and 3s. Re-rolling 1s. All right. right, so 2s and 3s, so those miss. And they re-roll the 1. All right. And these are 3s to wound you.
Okay.
Of course. Okay. So that'll be 6 at rend 2.
Okay. 4 up save. Now it's a 6.
Okay.
So I've got
Ooh.
two squigs. So I'll be taking, so it's 4. And then when you figure out the damage, I'll use my shield.
Okay, so 4d3 here. Let's go ahead and pull those out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so looking for 6s. All right, so I'll be taking 5.
Okay. And then your activation next.
So everything you've got that can smack has at this point, right?
No, I still got the Branchwraith right here, and I still have technically the Kurnoth Hunters in the back.
I'm gonna do my Demonettes.
Okay.
Just because everyone else, because I don't want to pile in that forward up on the board. So we'll be back in a moment after I get my giant drove of Demonettes. Okay, so I've got the opening foray of the Demonettes going into your dinkier, smaller dudes. These are the ones that earlier on have a rerolling 1s to hit, which is helps me out. However, because Demonettes are in a size of larger than 20, instead of if I roll any 6s, it would give me 2 hits, it turns into 3s. So really hoping to get some 6s on this. So I've got 18 attacks right here. These are 4s and 4s.
Nice. I see lots of 6s there.
All right, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 2 1s. Let's see right here. Okay. It's a pretty solid so far. So 1, 2, and I'll be grabbing a few more dice. Usually I'm not expecting being successful. All right. Now I'm looking for 4s again. How many wounds do these guys have?
1 apiece.
Really?
Yeah, with a 5-up save. They're gone.
Okay.
Unless you roll like all 1s and 2s here.
It has happened, anyone who's seen me roll.
Or 1s, 2s, and 3s, I guess.
Yeah. All right, so looking for 4s. These are Rend 1. So let's... Wow, it feels so strange rolling so many dice. Okay. So, James, you are going to be needing 2.
I'll just roll those.
4. All right.
Make it easy.
All right. Here you go.
See. Oh.
Look at that. Losing dice on purpose.
I know. So, looking for 6s? No.
Okay.
Unit is obliterated.
I like seeing them being depleted.
Okay, and then you have the rest of the Demonettes over here attacking the Kurnoth Hunters.
Yeah.
I think we said it was 10 of them.
Okay. I know I've got one of those as the champion, so I've got 21 attacks, looking for 4s and 4s, hoping for 6s. These do not, however, get the rerolls. So 3, 4. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4.
So there's only like a net 1 missing. All right.
Yeah, pretty happy on that. Feels just like when I'm playing my Imperial Guardsmen, except, you know, actually hitting. So, looking for 4s. Wow. Okay.
That's a pretty good roll in. How many you got there?
So I have for you 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
6, 8.
And these will be -1. However, you're going to get your cover save.
Yep. So this will be just 4 up. 4 up rerollable. We'll just do it right here. Okay.
Wow, you very happy. You have your rolls.
Yes. All right. Only passed a couple. Come on, nice. Okay. That might be enough to kill one, though, still.
It is.
It is enough to kill one, so I'm going to go ahead. I have a plan. I'm going to kill the champion right here.
Uh-oh. Devious.
I know. Next up, my activation?
It will be your activation for the Kurnoth in the back.
And I got the Branchwraith, too.
Yep.
So I think you might have moved within. Nope, you're still outside the inch right there. And they should have been outside the inch.
I made sure on that.
So, in that case, I'm still going to move them in. Well, let's attack with the Branchwraith first. Let's do it in the...
Who's she going to be smacking? She's trying to smack the steeds?
Is this it, actually?
You do have Drycha, but I have the Contorted who can smack as well.
Smack as well, and she's at the end. Okay, so let's do the Branchwraith first. Let's do it technically in the correct order. She's got 3 attacks. 4s to hit, 4s to wound, rend 1, damage 1. Let's just go into...
My Honey Horde?
Sure. Why not?
Just because the others are have 2 wounds.
Yeah, maybe she can kill something here.
Yeah.
So, 4s to hit, 2 hit. Okay, so that was just 2 hits. 4s to wound now. I got 1 through on the Demonette. Rend 1.
So is that on the regular Demonette?
Regular Demonette.
Looking for a 6. That's not a 6, so one of my beautiful is going to say goodbye.
Okay. That's my attacks, and then I think you still got, you said the Epitome, or the Contorted?
Yeah, so I've got a Pylon over here.
Okay.
So she's going to finagle her way into Drycha while I knock over a few of my minis in the process. So this one's pretty cool. She's got a load of attacks. She's got 9 attacks hitting on 3s and 4s, and then she's got 2 attacks that are 3s and 4s as well, but these are rend 2 damage 2.
Cool.
Does Drycha have any negative to hits or anything?
Nope.
How many wounds does she actually have?
She has 10.
Ooh. And a 4-up save?
3-up save.
Ooh. And she's not in the woods or anything, so it's just a straight 3-up?
Yeah, well, she's a monster too, so she wouldn't catch.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm not going to use the command ability or anything.
Okay.
So I've got 9 attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. These are 3s and 4s. Do you remember what that was?
That was a 1.
It was? Okay. And then I get 1 back.
Yep.
Next up, looking for 4s.
Nice.
All right, so it's going to be 3 attacks going through. These are rend 1, damage 1.
Rend 1. Okay, so she's saving on a 4-up, re-rolling 1s because of the command ability. So she takes 2.
Okay. Next up, I have 2 giant attacks. These are hitting on 3s and 4s. Well, one's hitting at least. It's going to go through. This is rend 2, damage 2.
Okay, rend 2, so she's saving on a 5-up, re-rolling 1s. Re-rolling 1s. 5.
Boiled. Okay.
So that's just the 2 damage on her?
Yep.
All right, and then that's all your attacks?
That is correct. So I'm going to make sure I get the 2 depravity right there, so that puts me at 25.
Okay.
And I look forward to your smackbacks.
So let's go ahead and I'm going to pile these guys in because it doesn't hurt. They can only go in 1 inch. Is that right? They were like this. Yeah. So they should still be outside with the 1 inch. But these are open for next time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got Drycha who can attack.
She's
She's got her slashing talons. She's taken 0 to 2, so she's not technically bracketed yet. She's got 6 attacks.
Actually, who's she smacking? She's smacking the Contorted, or she's trying to smack the Demonettes?
She's going to smack the Contorted.
Okay.
Because I think this is my best bet, because she does have that 2-up mortal wound save.
Yes.
So she's going to attack. She's got slashing talent. She got 6. These hit on 4s, wound on 3, rend 2, damage 2.
Okay.
How many wounds does the Contorted have?
She's got 7, but she only has a 5-up.
Okay, so I could...
You can technically nuke her.
Nuke her, yep. So we're looking for 4s to hit. We're re-rolling 1s because she herself is a wizard. All right. Okay, 1 hit.
All right, well, entertaining the thought was nice.
And 2 to wound. That does not happen. And then she's got 10 attacks.
With her flies?
With her squirmlings, yep. These hit you on...
Is it 4s as well, or is it
3s?
Ooh.
But these still do 6s to hit, do a mortal wound.
Okay. Which I'm hoping you do, because it's a better chance of saying no.
I know. Yes, so I have to do... Okay, so looking for 3s. Rerolling 1s. Okay, so that's 2 mortals, 2 misses, and 2 rerolls. Okay. Whew. And then these will be 4 to wound you. All right. Okay, so that's going to be 5 wounds.
Okay.
At rend 1. Oh, sorry, 5 wounds at no rend.
5 wounds. All right, so looking for a 5-up. So I'm taking 5. Wow.
And then 2 mortals. Can you roll Snake Eyes for me? No.
Okay. So taking 5. So it puts me down to 2, but it also now gives me 30 depravity.
Okay. Starting to tick back up there.
Yeah, which is unique because I'm not running the Celeste host. But there's no reason to run the host if you're not doing the mortal split. So, what else do you got for me?
And I think that is it for all my attacks. Technically, next I got my stomps that happen here.
Okay, let's do some stompy bits.
So these will be from the Kurnoth Hunters. These I pick a unit within 1 of them, and then each 4-up is a mortal wound.
Okay, so
to the keeper.
On the keeper?
Yep. All right, so this will be each 4-up is a mortal wound. 3 mortal wounds.
Okay. I have 3 6s-ups from the shield because that makes so much sense. All right, so I'm taking 3 mortals.
And then these Kurnoth Hunters are technically out of range, just barely. So that is it.
Does Drycha have a stomp?
No. So that's it for there. We got your scoring.
Okay. So if you look back here, I've got my 10 demonettes still doing nothing.
Yep. You did claim that objective in your turn.
Yes.
So you still claim it even though you have no one on it.
Yep. Same thing for over here.
Same thing with that one.
And I've got over here as well.
Yep. So you got 4 points there, and you have no characters on the objectives.
Nope, because I moved my Fane off for the potential for shooting.
Yep, and we did make an addendum because the Branchwraith was clamming over mine over here, so it was technically 5. So it'd be 5 to 4.
Yep.
At the end of turn 1. We're going into turn 2. Priority roll.
Yep.
So ties go to me.
Yeah. So I really need this right now, just because I've got a bunch of depravity. And I've got, these Kurnoth, I really don't want more to come back right at this point.
Okay.
So
6 to 2. I'm assuming you're going to take the double?
Oh, I just made that brilliant speech.
So, we'll be back with Slaanesh turn 2. Okay. So we got ahead of the game. We forgot to do
Battle Shock.
Battle Shock. You want to roll yours real quick?
All right, so I've only lost 1 demonette. The reason this matters is because for my banners, if I roll a 1, they come back. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. So, it doesn't matter for me.
Cool.
But however, I did kill 3 Kurnoth.
You did.
So they're what? Bravery 6, 7, 8?
Bravery 7.
Okay, so 5 or 6 means you're losing some.
All right. Ouch, ouch, ouch. So knowing what I know...
Because you already removed the champion.
Yep.
Do Kurnoth have an equivalent of a musician?
No, no. I don't think it matters in this case. So I'm just going to take him. We'll reduce the frontage to that unit. And that'll be it. So we'll be back with your hero phase.
All right. All right, so we're going into my my second hero phase at this point. Right now, I've got 36 depravity sitting around because I end up getting additional because of my other character in the back. I forgot it on the first turn, so we re-added that, as well as there was an amendment for in a Godseekers list. If you make charge with just a few, you get D3. However, if I well exceeded that, and you end up getting D6, and sure enough, I rolled a mystical 1. So that's why I'm at 36. I'm going to open up with Hellbane, trying to cast the spell Refine Senses. Only cast on a 4, but if it goes off, you can roll hit rolls for attacks made by the caster that target a hero, and you can roll save rolls for attacks made by heroes that target the caster. Cool. So it gives me a little bit of Mystic Shield protection, or Arcane Bolt type stuff. So opening up, cast on a 4. Ooh. All right, so it is a 4.
I'm going to let that one go.
That's actually sort of what I was hoping. So while it doesn't come into effect anything right now, it very well could in just a moment.
Yep, but I got to roll the Awaken the Wildwoods.
Yep, so this is something which I completely did not know until right before rolling.
So we got Roused by Magic. So each unit that's within an inch of it, roll a D6 on a 5+ to take D3 mortal wounds. So the Seekers... Nope. The Keeper. No. And the
Demonettes?
No. Okay.
So fortunate on that. I'm going to come back to it in just a moment. Next up, I'm going to go to the midfield, and I'm going to go to the Contorted. The Contorted is going to attempt Overwhelming Acquiesce. This is my big spell, which gives me rerolls to hits.
Okay.
Cast on a 7, and mind you, I get the reroll because it's a Contorted. So looking for a 7, which is a 7. You definitely want to try stopping
Yeah, I'll try stopping this one. Because, it's only going to hit her, really. I mean, it hit the Demoness, but it hit her. She's got the 2 mortal wounds.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try stopping this with... I'm going to try stopping this with the Treelord Ancient. So I get 3 dice. Take away 1. 8. So I do stop it.
Foiled. All right. I guess I'm going to try casting my Endless Spell at this point. So I am going to try doing Dreadful Visage. Dreadful Visage is going to be cast on a 7.
Okay.
Which that very much is a 9.
Okay. I'll try stopping it with the Branchwraith right there.
Okay.
So you rolled a what?
It's a 9.
So I need a 10? Nope. Not with that too. Okay.
So, Dreadful Visage, only Chaos Slaanesh wizards can do it, which very much happens. Set up Dreadful Visage wholly within 12 inches of the caster. After that, it gets to make a 8-inch fly move. So we'll be back with that in just a moment. Okay, so I end up dropping down the Dreadful Visage from the Contorted, so even though I've got a lot of room on it, the big thing is I just have to try doing whatever's possible to try taking Drycha down. So I've got that going on. After this unit is moved, roll 6 dice for the closest other unit within 6 inches. If there's 2 models which are completely different, I get to pick. But Drycha, even though it's right next to mine, super close. So I've got 6 dice. I'm going to move it right over here. So on a 4-up, they take a mortal wound. So just 1.
1, all right.
Yep. However, subtract 1 from the bravery characteristics of units while they're within 12 inches of this model, which is always a neat bonus. And add 1 to the bravery characteristics of Chaos Slaanesh units while they're within 12 inches instead of subtracting 1.
Sweet.
So pretty simple on that. I will also get a solo depravity from that, putting me at 37.
It doesn't work for any of the spells, remember?
Oh, that's right. It does not. Well, I'll try making this up in just a moment by casting Arcane Bolt.
Okay.
So, Arcane Bolt from the Contorted.
Contorted, okay.
Actually,
I think that that is your only option.
Yeah, let's just see.
Because you can't see more than 1 inch in the forest.
Yep.
And I think because of the way the Demonette base is, I think you're like just outside of 1 inch there.
So I just tried casting Acquiesce.
Yep.
And that failed. Right?
No, I stopped it, yes.
Yeah, you stopped it. And then I just cast that, so I only have Arcane Bolt or Mystic Shield left on Selexi instead. So I'm going to try doing whatever I can to keep Selexi alive.
Okay.
So Selexi's trying to do a Mystic
Shield?
Yep. With a 9. And that will be, since I've got my 2 over here and 2 over here, that will be my...
I'll try stopping it with one of them, with one of my other wizards in range. Need a 10. Nope, it's going to go.
Okay.
So you'll get Mystic Shield, but then let's see if
it triggers...
If it triggers the forest.
Yep.
Yep. On the Steeds. Nope. On the Keeper. Nope. And on the Demonettes. Yes, they will take 1 mortal wound.
So, 1 more Demonette goes away. And do you also want to try from the Contorted for the woods that they're in as well? Or is that a different woods?
No, it does go off. Yep. So she got 2 successful spells off?
1. Remember, you canceled the other.
Oh, yes. Okay, so I got to try from her too. Actually, I don't know if it works on Endless. Because Endless spells are different than spells,
Oh, that's true. Do you want to check the War Scroll? And
I did check the War Scroll. Let's just read it. I don't think it works on Endless. Maybe someone can enlighten us. If the spells in the hero phase, if a spell is successfully cast by a wizard.
It's
an Endless spell, right?
It was?
So I don't think it works.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
All right, so you will, and so nothing ends up working on that.
Correct.
All right, so we'll be back in a moment as I'm going to go to my movement phase. Okay, so there was one thing that we need to end up doing. So even though James ended up moving this at the beginning of the phase, just because it was my endless spell, but it went over to him, it still ends up triggering. So we need to end up doing that right now. So as it shows before, it does not end up affecting any Slaanesh models.
Nope, just yours. So 6 dice.
Yep.
And looking for 6s.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to roll it right over here, hoping for a lot of 6s. Just 1.
Just 1 wound.
So just taking 1 mortal wound.
Okay, I'll put her on 4.
So how many remaining?
She got 6 left.
Okay. So, I mean, free mortal wounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next up, as shown from my movement phase, the only thing I ended up doing was moving my Infernal Raptus on over here. The big thing is because it's a character, therefore will give me a little extra scoring. I am within range, and because she has so many wounds remaining, and she's got, 3-up save, rerolling 1s?
Yep.
I'm going to try doing her big Heartstring Lyre Euphoric Blast.
Okay.
So it's only 1 shot, but it's 2s and 3s.
Woo!
Got it. And...
No,
nope. Again. Burning that dice. With that being said, we're going to keep on filming for this. Going to go into some charges. The big thing, though, nothing over here. Definitely not doing anything over here. They're happy just babysitting this objective. And everything I like is already in combat. So we'll be back in just a moment as I do some pile-ins and other tidbits. So I end up summoning with some 3 fiends, 23 depravity points. Pretty happy overall. They're neat, I guess. They're not the best overall, but I figure versus Sylvaneth, they're probably pretty good because their stingers can actually do some serious damage versus multi-wound models. So summon them out. I'm going to try making a charge. It's a 9-inch charge for them. And it's pretty dangerous because charging into an unwounded tree. But it's one of those things. I've got to do it, and it wasn't enough for me to summon my Keeper of Secrets back. So let's see. 9-inch charge. Do I use a command ability?
You do have it, and you do have the hero to reroll it.
I'm actually not.
Okay.
Even though I do potentially get depravity points if I charge on in, it does create a nice little barrier between my remaining character.
Yep.
So we're gonna end up going into combat over here. I'm gonna end up. We end up needing to do all of our stomps and all that right now.
Yep. So you got it's your turn. So you pick the
order.
The order of operations.
So Hellbane is going to be trying to do the Locust
On the Kurnoths?
Yep. So looking for 3 up.
No.
Not what I wanted there, but that does let me know immediately where to strike first. Next up, the Contorted is going to go against Drycha.
Okay.
So she's looking for a 5 up,
Yes.
which she'll get it.
Okay.
The only other major things that you have in combat at this point are just technically them.
Technically the Kurnoth and technically the Branchwraith.
Yep, and the
Branchwraith, sorry.
Okay. So I am going to open up with Hellbane.
Okay.
And I'm going to do something pretty fun on this. She is a character. I'm going to use the command ability, reroll hits of 1.
Okay. Spend the command point there?
Yeah, I've got 2 right now because I didn't run the first turn. The big thing is she's so few attacks that really need to sneak it through. That's what I'll end up doing on that. So I'm going to open up with her Soul Piercer.
So with 10 wounds, she's got 4 remaining.
Yeah, so she's still hitting on 2s and 2s.
Wow, okay.
Sorry, I misread that. It's 2s and 3s.
2s and 3s, okay.
So it's going to hit. Looking for a 3.
No.
Rubber, just like last time. Mm-hmm. Next up, I'm going to be using the Impaling Claws. Looking for 3s and 3s. All right, so that's going to proc this one back.
Yep.
Just 1.
Okay.
So this is Ren 2, but because I'm damaged, it's only doing 3 damage at this point.
Only 3 damage. Okay, so this will be Ren 2. So they're not a 3-up save, so they go to a 5-up rerollable.
Yep.
Can I make it? I do.
Dang.
Okay.
So I said she's great overall, but it's only versus characters.
Yep. In this case, I'm going to attack with... I think I'm going to attack with them.
Yeah, because you do have the Branchwraith, or do you have the Kurnoths in the back?
No, I'm gonna go with the Kurnoths in the front with the Scythes.
Okay.
The question is, who are they gonna go into now?
So I do have Mystic Shield on her, but only 4 wounds remaining.
Yep.
Is your one in the very far back within smacking range?
I think we said he was.
Okay.
If not, yeah, he is.
Cool.
So, I don't have a champion anymore. So I just have...
But you do have 6 attacks.
6 attacks. I mean, I could take her out. I think I'll be okay with the damage coming back in. Yeah, I'm just going to go for her while I can.
Yeah.
So I got 6 attacks here, hitting her on 3s, re-rolling 1s because of the wizard near them. Re-roll 1s. All right. And I'm wounding you on 3s. Okay, that's technically leaning. Fail, so that's 3 at Ren 2.
Ren 2. All right. Hellbane's got a 4 up normally. Looking for 6s. All are sneaking through. That's not looking good.
So I need 1 2 up here. Or 1 3 or better here on the dice. Can I do it? Ooh, I do. Okay.
Solid.
Yep. So that'd be 4, 7 damage.
7 damage.
Which is what I think the entire unit did the first time.
Yeah. All right. So I have a 6 at Feel No Pain. I'll do it to my shield.
Ooh.
All right. So it's still enough to take 5. Unfortunately, that's 15 damage overall on it. So it's going to die.
Yep.
I will get 3 depravity points out of that because the last one doesn't count.
Mm-hmm.
So it puts me at 16, and you remove my big old beatstick character. which is honestly probably one of my favorite minis out there.
Oh yeah, those new models are all amazing.
Okay.
So your activation?
Let's just see, because Drycha's smacking back last.
Yep.
The Kurnoths have already done their thing.
Yep.
However, you do have the Branchwraith out there.
Yep.
I am going to do some piling in with the Seekers.
Okay.
And I'm going to choose to activate them.
Cool.
Okay, so I did announce that I'm going to be using the Seekers. They did. I don't think they actually killed anyone last round.
Nope.
Because that was the regular Demonettes. That does matter because they have a rule which if they kill something, they get a little bit better. They get an extra attack. You stole the -1?
Yep, for the Branchwraith.
All right, so I've got 6 attacks from the Seekers going into them. 3s and 4s, now it's 4s and 4s.
Okay.
Ooh, dang. Pretty sloppy, ladies. So looking for 4s. All right, so it'll be 1 with a -1.
Okay, so I'm looking for a 5 up here. Ooh, saved.
Okay, next up, I've got the regular attacks from the Seeds.
Uh-oh, they
Just as oh man, super sloppy. Just 1 again.
They hit on 3s?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I hit on 3s, but because you're that -1,
Nothing.
yeah. So all flubbed.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
We still got the other attacks into the
Kurnoths.
Kurnoths.
Yep. So I've got unfortunately the back row won't be able to smack in, and it's only 1-inch range. But I do have 8 attacks here, plus 1 more for the champion. That's gonna be 9. These are the piercing claws. Much better. So looking for 3s. Those are come back because of the procs. And looking for 4s. All right, so it's going to be 6 armor saves on them with a -1.
4, 5, 6. Okay, so this would be a 4-up rerollable. I save 4. Reroll those 2. I'm just take 1 wound on them.
They're so durable.
Oh yeah.
All right, so 4, 5, 6. 2, 3. All right, next up, I do have the attacks from their steeds.
Okay.
These are 3s and 4s again. No rend. All right, so 1, 2. All right, they're rolling good at least.
Yep.
Shame there's no damage output. Not as good. It's gonna be 5 armor saves on you. No rend.
5 saves, no rend. Okay. So this will be a 3-up rerollable. Okay. And reroll those. Take another one. So that'll be 2 wounds.
That's all I've got for my Seekers.
Okay.
You're up next.
My turn. I'll just attack with the Branchwraith. Into, I guess, the Demonettes. Did she do a wound to the Seeds last turn?
Nope.
No. Okay. She'll just go into the Demonettes at this point. So she's hitting on 4s. And she's... Oh, that's right. She attacked the Demonettes. That's what she did. Wounding on 4s. I got 1. 1 squiggy.
Okay. Minus...
Rend 1.
Rend 1. Looking for a 6-up. That's not a 6, so another one unfortunately bites the dust.
Another one bites the dust.
Okay.
That's it for her.
I am going to next up use my contorted.
Okay.
Actually, since I'm actually going to do the Demonettes next, just because there's a better chance for your Kurnoth to actually do some damage.
Yep.
So we'll be back once I'm in just a moment after I end up grabbing all the dice.
Okay.
All right, so I've got 29 total attacks from my Horde of Demonettes that are just going into the Kurnoths.
Okay.
I'm not going to give any to the Branchwraith just because not feeling lucky on that. And then when this is all done, I've got a bunch of attacks remaining that will end up going into Drycha.
Cool.
So all these attacks, because I'm still at my max unit size, over 20, that means and when I roll a 6 for them, instead of doing 2, it turns into 3.
So, just sort of good, considering wasn't that great this turn. So I've got 1 reroll so far. Let's see.
Yep, 6.
Oh, all right. I'll definitely take it.
Another 1.
Okay. So I get a total of 10 extra dice back out of that.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So basically, all of them snuck through. Looking for 4s on this as well. Hopefully you'll do a little bit more damage, or at least kill 1.
It might.
All right, so looking for 4s. I'll accept it. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 armor saves overall. These are, as I said, these are -1 rend.
11. Okay, so 4 up rerollable here. Ooh, okay. Decent. Decent, decent, decent. Okay, there's the 1.
Yep.
Okay. We're gonna kill this bro right here. And so this will go away. But they're still rerolling saves. And then you got all this onto Drycha?
Correct. So I have 6 demonettes that are right next touching Drycha. So it's going to be 12 attacks. Still the same thing pops up back on over. So 4s and 4s, hoping for 6s.
Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3. So that actually was a net positive. Okay. And 2 more.
Cool.
Looking for 4s again. Nope, flubbed. All right, so you're taking a total of 7 armor saves with a -1 on her.
Okay, so she's on a 3 up.
Now it's a 4 up.
4 up, rerolling once, because she's in range of the Kurnoth Hunters.
Is she though?
Wholly within 10.
Wholly within it. Okay, because I've been removing a few. That's why.
Yeah, she's got this unit right here.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yep. And yeah. All right, so looking for 4 ups, rerolling once. Oh, that's definitely a laner there. Okay. So 2 will go through and reroll ones. That's leaning. Come on, buddy. Okay, so she's going to take 3 wounds. So I'll put her on 7.
So she's got 3 remaining.
3 remaining.
All right.
I guess I will attack now with the Kurnoth Hunters.
Yep, you're going to push on in from the back.
Push on in. Scoot up my inch. Yep. Okay. And so I got 1 guy that's in range. Just go for some demonettes here.
Okay.
That is the champion because he does have the horns. So he's hitting you on 4s normally. So that'll be 3s because the champion gets +1 to hit. All hits. 4s to wound. 2 wounds into the demonettes.
So what is the rend on
No
these?
rend. Damage 1.
So okay, so just 2 5-up
Saves. Taken 2. All right, moving them from the very far back. Okay.
Then,
It's my turn to smack back next.
yep, I think you just got the epitome.
Yep. So that's the only thing I got remaining at this point. So I've got 9 attacks to open up with.
Just making sure it's 3s and 4s. I think that's what it is. Yep, 3s and 4s. 6, 7, 8, and 9. So, Drycha's got no -1s or anything?
Nope.
It's 3s and 4s.
Ooh.
That's, however, 2 procs at least.
That's just the two that, those are the only 2 that hit?
Yeah, so I get 4 out of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
No one's leaning.
Alright, so that's going to be 2, which are going to sneak on 3.
Rend 1?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm looking for 4-ups here. Rerolling 1s. Rerolling 1s. Save them both.
Alright, and lastly, I've got my 2 giant coiled tentacles that they're riding. If you'll notice, everything in the army used the old demonettes, so I made a swap out on that. Super prideful on that. Looking for 3s and 4s again. These are, however, going to be Rend 2 damage 2.
Cool.
There's 1, and looking for a 4. That's not a 4.
She will live for now.
Yep. So now it's your turn to smack on back.
I think I just got her.
Yep.
All right, so she's bracketed. She's suffered 7 wounds, so she's on her second to last one. She's got 3 talent attacks. This is all going into the contorted epitome.
All right.
So she's, and I get a pick at the start of the combat phase, what one she's doing, so she's going to be embittered. This is where she gets 20 attacks in combat.
Nasty.
So let's do her slashing talons first, though.
How are you directing all these attacks? Because are you splitting them for the demonettes, or are you really trying to take down the contorted?
I'm trying to take down the contorted.
Okay.
Everything into her. If I get overkill, whatever.
Happens.
Yep. So she needs 4s to hit you with the slashing talons. Reroll 1s, because she herself is a wizard. That's 2 hits. Wounding you on 3s. Both wound. Rend 2.
Rend 2. Unfortunately, I have a 5-up save.
They're 2 damage apiece.
So that kills me.
Okay.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, no. I just needed to make sure she was gone.
Okay. So that's only, I'm only going to get 1 depravity out of that.
Okay. And then I think, is that all our combats?
Yep.
All right, and then I got my stomps that happened at the end. I have the one from this Kurnoth and those 3. I'm just going to send them all into the demonettes at this point.
Smart.
So each 4-up is, I get roll 4 dice. Each 4-up is a mortal wound. Just the 1 into them.
Okay. I'm going to do it on over here.
Cool. And I think that's it. Scoring-wise, though, or no, sorry. I keep skipping to the end. Battle Shock.
Yep.
I did lose 1 guy there, but I'm bravery 7.
Yep, so you're good on that. I have now lost a total of 6. That should have just been 3 this turn, though.
Correct.
I definitely easily passed my bravery test.
But can you roll the 1 to bring him back?
That's exactly what I'm hoping for. I've been rolling 1s all game, so why not now?
Lean in. No.
All right. Fine on that. Obviously, there's nothing that's been done to the Seekers. And there's nothing else. So at this point, now we're just moving on to scoring.
Yep.
So I'm still controlling in my far corner over here, right next to this giant dice and movement pile, movement trait pile. Still controlling this from earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Moving over here. I've got this, plus now I have my character on it.
Yep.
So that gives me an additional 1. And obviously over here, so that's going to be 5 points in my favor.
All right, so that's going to put you on 9 to 5.
That's my favorite hours to work.
So we'll be back with my turn, too. Okay, so here we are in my hero phase. First things first, I gain a command point. I'm going to use my command ability.
Makes sense.
Next up, we're going to try Regrowth with Drycha. This casts on a 5.
And what does Regrowth do?
Heal D6 wounds.
Is it just on herself or anything within certain range? Or?
Anything within 18 and in sight, but with all the forests, it's blocking everything.
Okay.
So she's the one who needs it. So it goes on a 10, but you got the Infernal Raptures over there.
Yep, so her ability, well, she doesn't have a normal Dispel. She says her Discordant Disruption. Reroll successful casting rolls for any wizards that are within 24 inches of her.
Yep, and if I roll a double, I take D3 mortal wounds.
Yep, after this effect has worked.
So I need to roll a 5 again. I barely get it off. Are you
Okay.
going to stop that one?
I actually have no more wizards on the table.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she has a soft dispel.
Okay. So Drycha's going to heal herself. D6 wounds. 3 wounds. Awesome. Puts her down to 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then... So that's her. Mr. Treelord Ancient over there. He's going to cast his War Scroll spell of Awaken the Wildwood. This casts on a 6 here.
Okay.
So this is where he's going to use his item.
Flubbed.
Flub. Okay. And that's how it happens sometimes. Didn't we make a joke about that?
Once again, rubber rail everything.
Yep. Next up, this Branchwraith is going to try to cast Virtuous Harmony. Cast on a 7.
And you're out of that 24-inch range, so if it goes off, it goes off.
Yep. Cast on a 7. This will bring back a Kurnoth Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
No, 4. Whew. And then my last spell will be this Branchwraith. She's going to do her War Scroll spell. Cast on a 7 to bring back a unit of Dryad, or to summon a unit of Dryads. No.
Ooh, that's relief right here.
She did successfully cast her spell. So we'll see if the woods go off.
Oh, that's right.
On
okay.
a 5+ on the Demonettes. No. Okay. That was an awesome hero phase. We're going to go into my movement. So I'm done with my movement phase. Let's see what happened. Tree-Revenants teleported over there. Going to try burning that objective there. Treelords and the Ancient moved up there. Drycha couldn't do anything because she's in combat.
Yep.
So she's going to be affected by the mirror.
Yep. So the mirror says if a unit starts a move within 12 inches of the model, it suffers D3 mortal wounds unless it finishes the move closer to the model than it was before.
Would it count? It says it starts a move. She's not technically moving. Mm-hmm. It's the movement phase.
So I'd actually say you wouldn't.
Because she's not making a move.
Because there's actually no choice involved.
Okay. Okay, so maybe we should... Okay.
They maybe update it in the book, which the new book, which will be coming out in a few weeks.
Okay, yeah, because I was kind of confused right there. But it sounds like if you're going to make a move...
It's a choice, then you either take the D3 damage.
Okay.
If you did some sort of teleport...
Teleport wouldn't... It
wouldn't trigger it either.
Nope. Okay, so she won't take wounds then. Okay, cool. So that is it for movement. We're going to jump into shooting.
So you do have that nasty staff, and you do have 2 units of 3 with bows.
Yep, so I'm going to go with Mr. Durthu. He's got 6 shots because he's still on full health. He's going to be shooting your Enrapturous. Is she within 3 of the fiends?
She should be, but let's see. Actually, let's do this. So she's in with 1, 2.
As long as she's within 3 inches of one of them.
That's correct.
Because it's a unit of 3 to get the lookout, sir.
Yep.
How many wounds do they got?
The fiends? The fiends are pretty durable. They should be 4 wounds with a 5-up save. So they're basically ogres.
Well, actually, you know what? Oh, so here's what I'm going to do.
Why don't you try splitting it?
Because I was going to shoot them with the bows anyway. I'm going to shoot them with the bows first.
Yeah, shoot them first. Try reducing that, which makes the character easier.
Yep, so I'm going to try to take out one of them here. Bows into the fiends. Hitting on 3s on the champion, 4s on the regular guys. Rerolling once. Because I'm with range of the Branchwraith. There's the reroll ones. Okay, so 2 miss right there.
Yep.
So that's 4 hits. 3 is to wound you. 2 wounds. Ren 1.
All right. 2 5-ups, which are now 6-ups.
Okay. Leaning. Ooh.
Swigged.
So I can only do D3. Just 2 wounds there to you.
Okay.
At this point, I don't know if it's worth How many wounds does she have as a character?
As a character, she's pretty squishy.
Does she have 5, I'm assuming?
I think it's 5, just like her Vice Leader counterpart. Yeah, it's a 5 wounds with a 5 up.
Okay. You know,
but she is the entire source of the remaining depravity for the army.
Yes. Choices. Because Durthu would be on 5s.
Yeah.
With the Lookout Sir.
Which, however, it's 1 damage. It's still 1 damage with a Rend 1, right?
It's D3.
I'd still go for it.
We'll try it.
Because if you take her out right now, that opens up a lot of the battlefield.
Okay, we'll try it. So I got 6 attacks here. Hitting you on 5s.
Does it get any reroll?
I'll reroll from the Treelord right behind him.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got 2 hits so far.
Mm-hmm.
2 hits, 2 misses, and 2 rerolls. Okay, 3 hits.
Yeah, as I said, it seems like it looks worthwhile.
3 to wound you. Let's lean in. So 2 wounds at Ren 1.
All right. Looking for 2. Actually, so I am in cover.
Yes.
So I get 2 5-ups.
No.
All right, so both sneaking through. So can you roll? If you roll 5s or 6s on that?
My D3s have not been good today. We'll see.
Yeah.
4 damage.
All right, so can't do anything on that. So I'm down to 1 wound on my character.
Okay. And the Treelord, he's going to try it. So he's got his staff. It's hitting on a 2. Let's actually, let me double check. I'm used to him hitting on a 2. He is actually hitting on a 3 now.
Bom, bom, bom.
So he's going to go up to a 4 up with the Lookout Sir. So he's hitting on a 4. No.
Whew.
He misses. Okay. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Next up, we're going to shoot with these Kurnoth Hunters into the Demonettes since they're in combat with them.
Yep, I was going to say, unfortunately.
You actually know. They're going to shoot into...
The steeds are probably more damage.
You know what? No, we're going to go to
Demonettes.
Demonettes.
We're doing Drycha to try weaken a Demonette horde.
Yeah, let me see what Drycha can do. Let's do her first.
So
Since she has to shoot there anyway.
Yeah.
So I got 10 shots with her because she's in combat mode.
Mm-hmm.
So she is bracketed a little bit.
She healed up a little bit from.
Yep. So these hit on 4s, wound on 3s. Hit on 4s, rerolling 1s.
Looking for 6s.
6s are mortal wounds. I actually am looking for 6s this time.
Yep.
So that's 1 mortal wound, 2 miss, 3 hits, and these are all rerolls. All right. So it's 2 mortal wounds on them, and 3s to wound you. Just the 1. Ren 1.
Okay.
Saved. So it's just 2 mortal wounds on there.
Okay. I'll get rid of one of my numerous icon bearers.
Okay, then we're going to go with the bows. They're going to shoot into... We're just going to go into those Demonettes.
Okay.
So I am hitting you on 3s on the greens, 4s on the orange. The miss, this is a reroll. That hits. 3s to wound you. Okay. So that is 4 at Rend 1 into the Demonettes.
Looking for 6s. Would I get the cover save for that?
No, because you're not wholly within.
All right. Looking for 6s. There's none, so how much D3 damage is going through?
All right. 11 damage.
Okay. We'll be back after I'm done crying over removing my beautiful horde of metal demonettes.
Okay, so charges. I have Mr. Durthu.
Yep.
He is charging there. Let's see what he gets. 6. That is
Enough to
to get what I wanted.
The fiends, and then push in to use his long sword.
Yep, and with his pile in, he'll be able to
Do some serious
take her out. Yep.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Treelord
Should be about 6.5, maybe 7.
He's about 6.5, so I'm looking for a 6. Let's make it happen. No, I don't have the points to reroll. Okay, and I think that's my only charge I have. So, and you don't have any. You do have your
Acquiescent, or my Locust ability.
your locust ability over there.
All right, so looking for a 5-up right here. That's only a 4, so that's definitely going to lend your ability to hit first.
Yep. Yeah, we're just gonna make it happen. We're gonna pile in with Durthu. She's only got 1 wound left, right?
Only 1 wound remaining with a
Okay.
5-up.
So, here's what I'm gonna do. Ooh. Actually, I'm gonna make sure he's within. Yeah, he's gonna stomp at. I guess it doesn't matter because he's going first.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's going first at that point.
So I need to make him wholly. Okay, he's wholly within 12 of the Treelord.
Which matters for rerolls, but also because you're super long range, it doesn't matter as much.
Well, I think what I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna split his attacks.
All right.
I'm gonna put
2.
his. Because I need to kill those fiends too in order to try to claim that objective.
Yeah, the big thing though is you can wait on the fiends if you kill the hero.
I guess I do need her dead.
That basically is game for me because that gets rid of depravity.
And you said they're 4 wounds apiece?
Yeah, 4 wounds with 5-up.
So you've only got 10 wounds.
Yeah, like each sword swipe.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send 1 sword into her
Okay.
and 1 talon, his massive impaling talon, into her.
Okay.
And then 2 sword attacks into the fiends. I'm going to regret it, but here we go. So let me do, let's do his talon attack.
Which is a hits on what?
Hits on a 3.
All right.
So I'm rerolling 1s here. Hits. He wounds on a 2. Sorry.
Should be a 3. At this
No,
point, right?
no, he wounds on a 2.
Wow, doesn't bracket?
He does bracket, but he's at full strength.
Sorry, that's the other one. All right.
So he's wounding you on a 2.
And
It is Ren 2.
so 5-up, but I'm in cover.
Sips, you get your 6 up.
I get a 6-up save.
Can you squig this?
Can I squig it?
No.
That's very much not a squig. All right, so she's gone for good.
She's gone, which means the sword attack is gone.
Yep.
She's got 2 other sword attacks. I am not. Don't get extra because I'm not within range of a Wildwood. So he's got 2 sword attacks, hitting on 3s into the fiends. They got any kind of -1s to hit or?
So actually, the fiends do. Fiends have a weird
Musk?
aura. Yeah, they definitely smell like team spirit. The fiends, they have a rule called, I'm trying to pull up their war scroll, Sulfuric Musk. Subtract 1 from hit rolls for attacks made with melee weapons that target this unit.
Okay.
It gets better if you have more, but I've never seen the reason to really run fiends to begin with,
Yep.
let alone a unit larger than 3.
Okay, so I'm running. I'm hitting you on 4s then. 4s to hit. Rerolling 1s. 1 hit. I'm rerolling.
Mm-hmm.
Can he clear this objective? Oh, there's a chance. You're saying there's a chance.
Mm-hmm.
3s to wound ya.
Yep, so then that's the unit.
All right, come on. Durthu! Be my... Yeah! That's
So-
Ren 2?
Yeah, I have 5-up saves, so it's 4 wounds each.
That's 12 damage.
All right.
The one time Mr. Durthu does something.
I told you, I like Durthu. He's expensive, but he's durable.
Yeah.
And he hits super hard as long as he's not bracketed.
Yes.
So you just not only got rid of all the depravity, you end up claiming an objective from me. as
Yep.
well.
So he's a one-man wrecking train over there. Your activation?
So I've got the Demonettes remaining.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna gather some dice and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so things aren't looking good for me after that really brutal shish kebabbing with that sword.
He definitely showed you his secret.
Baby Yoda is in the room. I do have 3 attacks from my Demonettes over here going into Kurnoth.
Mm-hmm.
Then I've got 5 over here as well. I did make sure that when I was pushing in, so that is exactly coherency still. So I'm going to do the 6 attacks over here into the Kurnoth. Looking for 4s and 4s. Alright, so I do have a squig. So that added 1 in there. And looking for 4s. Alright, so it's surprisingly 3 with a red 1.
Okay, so this will be a 4-up with the reroll. Oh, he fails them all. Can he save any? No. He saves 1.
That is the most vicious, minuscule amount of attacks all game for me.
That's, I hate to tell you, that's usually what happens. The ones that don't matter are the ones that go through.
Yeah, but with depravity gone for me, doesn't matter much anymore. Next up, I have the 5 Demonettes, which are trying to smack Drycha.
Mm-hmm.
Looking for 4s and 4s. Alright. And then I add 3 back.
Because you're only getting the extra 1 because you're down.
Yeah, because I'm very much not above 20 anymore. Alright, so it's going to be 4 with a -1 on Drycha.
Okay, so I'm looking for 4-ups here. Rerolling 1s. Ooh, she pulled a Kurnoth there.
Yep.
All right.
She's pretty enraged, though.
She is ready for it. So, you know what? At this point, I think I'm going to have my Kurnoth Hunter with the scythe attack.
Yep.
Into the steeds.
Much smarter.
Okay, so he's got 3 attacks here. He is hitting you on 3s. That's leaning. Rerolling 1s because the Branchwraith is there. All hit. 3s to wound you. He is angry. That is 3. Ren 2.
Ren 2. I have a 5-up, and it looks.
I think you're out of cover.
Yep, I'm out of cover on a few of them. So they're all sneaking through.
So D3 damage. That is 6 damage.
All right. I am touching this mystical over here.
So it looks like you'll get at least, depending on what. Yeah, you can save all 6
so
if
I'm
you want.
roll 2. I've got to roll 4 of them first.
Yep.
So then, if not, then I don't get anything.
Depending on where you pull from.
Yep. So, all right. So 3 right there.
Okay.
Then once again, another 1. All right.
And I guess technically he is
touching.
Yep.
All right. So there's that, and then it'll put 1 on the one that's touching the house.
Cool. And that's it for my hunter. Your activation?
I've already used all the Demonettes out there, so now it's the steeds.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to do some piling in, and I'll be back in a moment.
Cool.
All right. Did a little bit of piling in. My steeds are all going to be doing, or Seekers are all going to be doing all their attacks into the single Kurnoth. The game realistically is now really in James' favor. I'm going to try removing one of the harder hitting at this point. Let's see if they can do it. These are all the attacks from the steeds first, and then I'll do the one with Ren after.
Okay.
So it's 3s and 4s. Ooh. Alright, and then I add 1 back. Okay. There's going to be 4 regular armor saves.
Okay, so I'm saving on 3 ups. Rerolling. Save them all.
Alright, next up I've got all the attacks with Rend. Wow. Alright, pretty decent. And then I add 1 more back in.
Actually, look like 2 more?
I have 3.
Okay.
Yep. Already grabbed it.
Oh, you're saying 1 more on top of the
Yep.
original. Gotcha. Ooh.
All right, we're looking for 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 overall. So with a -1.
Okay, so this could be the end of the hunter. Let's see. Looking for 4 ups here. Rerolling. He's saving average here. I need to save
3 of them?
2 of them.
2. Okay.
I need to be average. Just be average. Just be average. Yes.
Oh.
He takes 2 wounds. Put him up to 4.
Okay.
Okay. My activation?
Yeah. You've got the bow Kurnoths in the back.
Yeah, might as well.
Use their dinky bow smacks.
Well, I don't think I can get in range.
Oh, yeah, because they end up moving.
Because they can only pile in 1 inch. Oh, before I start cheating and moving. Am I 2 inches away? I am not.
Is their bow actually only 1 inch range for?
It's only 1 inch range.
Wow.
So I'll just pile in that way. That's fine. Just keep it coming like that. Next up, are you out of activations?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll just do Drycha.
All right, she's super angry right now.
She is super angry. I think I have 20 attacks with her. I'm just, of course, just sending everything into the Demonettes here.
Yep.
I think that's all of my dice here. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 16, 18, 20. Yep. All right. So she is hitting you on... She's on 4 wounds. So she is hitting you on 4s. Rerolling 1s. That's leaning. That is a squig. Okay, so these do mortal wounds in combat as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I got 1 reroll. And pick out the misses. Okay. Nothing. And these will be 4s to wound you. Okay, so that's 4 wounds at no rend. And then 3 mortal wounds.
All right, so you think I've got 4 or 5 ups.
Nice.
Saving 2. But I'm taking 2 plus the 3, so it's 5 more overall. It's a pretty brutal.
And then she's still got her talons as well.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right.
And then she's got 5 attacks with the talons because she's bracketed. Hitting on 4, wounding on 3s. So hitting on 4s. 1 miss, no rerolls. Wounding on 3s. That's 2. At Ren 2, damage 2. So that'd be 4 more damage.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, you know what else we forgot to do?
What did we forget to do?
The woods. At the end of the charge phase.
All right, we'll do it.
Okay.
Let's go for it.
On a 6-up only.
Yep.
So on the steeds, yes, they will take 2 mortal wounds.
All right, so I'm just going to remove that one in the back and shift it on over.
She still gets her 6-up.
Oh, that's right. All right.
I guess roll 1 at a time? Nope, okay. And then on the
Actually, I
Demonettes.
still have 1 actual. Still touching in the back?
Yep.
Still doesn't matter.
Okay. And into the Demonettes, nothing. Cool. I think that's it for combat. We got Battle Shock here. I didn't lose anything this turn.
That's very different than the 22 Demonettes, which you completely chewed through. And I only have 2 remaining. There is no way I can pass that.
If you roll a 6, or you roll a 1.
If I roll 1 though.
You don't take battle, you don't lose anything, and you get D6 back.
Yep. So that's all I've got. So let's see.
1. Can we roll the 1? No.
I said, why is it that all game when I need to roll high, I roll low? All right, must be Bizarro for me.
Yep.
All right, so therefore that kills all my Demonettes. I did end up also losing 3 Seekers. So they are Bravery 10.
Okay.
To begin with.
So you can't fail
But I can.
with the banner. Leaning. Ooh.
So I get D3 back.
Okay. 2.
2. I'll happily take it.
Cool. And then scoring wise, I still have all 4 of my objectives. I do have a character on this one.
Yep.
So that'll be 5. I have that objective there. I'm going to burn it though.
Okay.
Just because we do have the option for the double turn and I don't want you taking the objective back from me. And this one right here, I'm definitely going to burn that one as well. I'll get D3 plus 1 for the hero. So, and actually, you know what? I have to read the thing. I'm not sure if the D3 is the extra one is only. I think we've been playing it. I think we mentioned it wrong. I think the extra point for the hero is only on your opponent's objectives.
Ooh, okay.
In which case, I would lose, well, at least 1.
Yeah,
we'll check it. So,
how much you get for this D3 for that?
So I get 2 D3 basically.
Okay.
For those 2 that I'm burning. Whew, only 1.
Smoking.
So that'll be at least 3 right there, and we'll check the scenario, and the points will be correct in the break. Okay, so here we go. Priority for turn 3. I'll reroll it in the box. Come on, Boxy. 1. I'm assuming you're gonna take it.
Yeah. At this point, I very much have to.
Okay.
So we'll be back in just a smidge.
All right, so because I don't have any heroes anymore, makes it for a very quick phase.
Yep.
The only thing which did happen, though, is we had to move the Predatory into spells. So James ended up moving the mirror as far away as humanly possible.
Yep.
I'm going to keep this here, but I'm going to push it, the centimeter, millimeter move forward. For all intents and purposes, it's still the closest thing. So I get to roll the 6 dice. On a 4-up, it does a mortal wound. So it's going to be a total of 3 so far.
4.
So 4 mortals.
Ouch. Okay. Puts her on 8.
Yep. At that point, over here in this corner, because they have the banner which can run and charge, I'm going to roll a d6 to see what's going on. A 4. Just what I was hoping. They're going to run as far away as humanly possible, just because it doesn't make sense at this point, because he's at full wounds. And we saw what he did to 3 fiends. On the other end of the table, I've got this unit of fiends, of demonettes. I'm going to see what I can do on there. So, let's see. A 3, so it's going to be a 9, which, considering they're 15 inches away, all right, it's going to be a 6-inch charge when I get to that. So I'm going to do a little movement really quick, and I'll be back with my non-existent shooting phase. Okay, so charges. I'm going to be declaring my unit of 10 demonettes into over here, looking for that beautiful 6. I do have a banner which allows me to reroll, so that definitely helps a lot. As always, and burning those dice.
Well, actually, you only need a 5, right? Because you're Godseekers?
Yep, because I'm Godseekers. But still didn't even get it. All right.
There you go.
All right. So they're going to move on in. At that point, then we just have those 2 combats. So we'll be back in a smidge. All right. After much consideration for this combat, instead of going with the guys over here on steeds, I'm going to go with 10 demonettes. Which after going after guys if you burned my objective. So I've got 21 attacks because I got the champ in there. Looking for 4s and 4s. All right, so that's going to be only 2. Ooh. All right, so they're those back plus the 2 I regain. Looking for 4s. All right, so looking for 5.
5?
Yep, 5 with a rend 1.
Okay, so I'm looking for 6s here.
Yep.
I do got a reroll, which I'll probably end up using on my armor save here. So, looking for 6s, and I'm going to reroll one of those dice, because I get a built-in reroll every phase. Nope, okay.
So it kills the unit, but they're what, 60 points for that free teleport?
They're
80? Yeah, totally worth it overall. So those are gone. However, now you have a pretty big choice over here.
Oh, you know what? Did we forget to do my stomps last turn?
I don't recall. No. I think
I did, because there was only 4.
Yep.
I think I did. Okay, cool. So, it was into the Demonettes.
yeah, it was into the Demonettes and
Cool.
made them cry.
So I got my Scythe here. He's still hitting you on 3s. These are all into the
Seekers.
Seekers. 3 hits. 3 to wound. That's a lean in. That is 2, so that'd be rend 2.
All right, so
Engage your save.
yep.
So D3. Whopping 4.
All right, so I have one dude who's touching the mystical.
Yep.
All right, so that's gone, and now the other 2 as well.
Cool.
So
Did one of them have a wound on him already?
one already did. So 1.
And it has to be one of the guys that's mystical. Yep.
Yep.
Cool.
Doing that.
And then...
Let's just see. He's got 1 wound remaining on him, right?
Yes.
So,
Pile them all in.
yep. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, plus the champ.
Cool.
They're all just going smack into the Kurnoth.
Yep.
There's no point trying to take down the Branchwraith.
Yep, he's only got 1 wound.
He's got 1 wound, but so these are all the piercing attacks. Looking for 3s and 4s. All right, and then
Generating 2 more.
3.
3 more. Yep.
Yep. So therefore, that technically means all hit. All right, so that's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7 rend 1 attacks. Trying to do my best to do that 1 wound on him all game.
So 4 are rerollable. Okay, I saved 3.
Roll average.
Let's see. Can you roll 3 4-ups? Nope. Whew. Okay.
Mediocrity at its finest.
Kurnoth Hunters finally go down.
However, that unit of Kurnoth Hunters, what? How much were the 6? Like 400-ish?
Yeah, I think they're I think they're 200 apiece.
Considering you tied up 300 points-ish of Seekers, a bunch of Demonettes, and killed my 360-point character, I think they did exactly what they were hoping for.
Yep.
At this point now, you get to smack back.
With the Branchwraith, yep. She is 4s and 4s. All of them hit. Feel her wrath. 1 at rend 1.
All right. All right, and I'm still touching Mystical.
Yep. Oh, actually, so is it that guy that took it, right?
Yep. So you're going down.
And then I'll just pile this guy in a little bit. That is the champion. So I'm technically hitting you on 3s. They all hit. 4s to wound. I got 2 from the bows.
No rend?
No rend.
All right, looking for 2 5-ups. Actually, yep. All right, so it's enough to kill another 1.
Did you? Yep, he's a little far from the mystical.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, that was a great move because now I cannot stomp you.
That's actually sort of the intent.
So that's it for... Is that it for everything? Battle Shock?
All right, so I've lost 4 at this point.
Okay.
So...
Can't lose any because you're bravery 10.
Yep. Right now, I'm still modeling them, and so I do have the objectives. I do have the champion, musician, and all that. I've got the champion marked pretty swell. But for all intents and purposes, this game, musicians, drop the instrument and all that. So just still looking for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Okay. And for points-wise...
So points-wise, this mess over here, I'm going to claim over here. Obviously, this doesn't exist anymore. Same thing for where this is burned. And then over here, I've got that 1 as well. So only claiming 2 at this point.
Okay, so that puts you on 10 to 11. And we'll be back with my turn. 3.
Yep.
Okay, so here we are, my hero phase. First things first, going to use... Actually, I'm not going to use the command ability because I don't think I need it this turn. So, I have a command point for a charge. Next up, Drycha's going to try healing herself. Regrowth, cast on a 5. No. Next up, Treelord. He's going to cast Awaken the Wildwood.
Smart.
I know.
Do you want to try summoning a forest?
Uh,
I think it's the right move now.
What, summon a forest?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll summon a forest. Oh, yeah. Look at that.
All right. Since you sort of killed all my fiends and characters, can't do anything to say no.
Yep, so he has this up wholly within 18 of you. An inch away from other terrains and models. Cool. And then he will heal D3 on Drycha. 2.
Is that just a generic kicker if he gets spell off?
That's his. That's his command trait. If he successfully casts a spell, he heals something within range. D3.
Nice.
So he's done. Drycha's done. She's gonna try to. I don't think it pays. We'll try to summon some Dryads. She does. And then this here is going to try to Mystic Shield herself.
Are you doing an arcane bolt?
She can't see.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We're more than an inch apart in the woods.
Ridiculous.
Okay, she's Mystic Shielded up. Does she make the woods go off? No. Cool. So let me do all that summoning, and we'll be right back. Okay, so my movement. Treelord uses teleport to get over here so he can shoot those Seekers. The Branchwraith ran away. Drycha, she moved over, so she can shoot the Seekers that are behind, or the Demoness that are over there, and hopefully charge those Seekers. The Kurnoths use their once. They use the one teleport to teleport from this wood to this wood, so they can shoot those Demonettes. They moved up. I'm only going to get one shot, even with their incredible 30 inches. And Durthu shuffled forward. He should be, I think he's 8.5 inches away. So I'm looking for an 8 there with the charge. Let's do my shooting. First things first, before you remove any models, because this is like the longest one. I'm going to do right here. And actually, an amendment to the movement phase, because she was there before.
Gonna move that to give her the
aura. Yep. So, they are hitting on 3s. Or actually, it's just the champion.
It should just be the champion who's hitting on, is it 2s?
He's hitting on 3s.
3s? Okay.
Rerolling 1s. There's the 2. Wounding on 3s. He wounds. Ren 1.
All right, versus the Demonettes. Looking for a 6-up. Nope.
1 damage.
All right. Down 1.
Next will be the bows. They get the rerolls from Drycha there, from being within 12. They are hitting on 3s and 4s, rerolling 1s. Ooh, only 1 miss. Watch them eliminate the Demonettes. Okay, so that's 3 that go through, or Ren 1.
Looking for 6s again.
Reroll that one. Yep.
All right, so 3 more.
Well, 3, 4, 5, 6 more.
Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Okay. Does Drycha still have line of sight on them? I think she does. Yep, within 18. She is still in combat mode. So she's only going to get 10
the
shots.
10 shots this time.
And she's on 6 wounds. Get that dice with her. Actually, she's only got a 12-inch range.
I would say because she's...
Does she have 12 inches?
Ooh.
Let's measure it.
Yeah, 'cause
Is that 12? I'm not sure. You're closer. It
I'm
looks
gonna,
like it.
yeah, I'm going to say yes.
Okay. So, she's hitting on 4s. Rerolling 1s. Ooh. Now at the end of the game is when she decides to go
Full ballistic.
full ballistic.
Well, she's got to kill three models.
Well, she just did kill 2.
Yeah. Ooh.
3 to wound. Okay. She got 4 saves at Rend 1.
4 Rend 1s. No 6s so far. Well, I passed 1, so they would die normally before you even mortaled it out. So that kills all these demonettes in the back, meaning all I've got left is these 5 seekers in the middle.
And you got
then the 10 demonettes cowering in the woods.
Yep.
Some sort of party.
Treelord Ancient, he's got his 1 shot here into the Seeker. He's hitting on a 2. Rerolling 1s. Whew! Wounding on, he's wounding on 3s. Actually, he was hitting on 3s. I still hit though. And wounds, Rend 1 on the Seekers.
All right, Rend 1. Nope, goes through.
D6. 1, 1. Okay.
All right, so I'm going to throw it on the one that's floating in the back.
Do you want to do her 6-up mystical save?
Yep, I will do that right now. Nope.
And then I think that's all my shooting charges. We got Drycha. She's going in. She needs, looks like 3.5.
Yeah.
Okay. It's 5, 6. She is definitely in there.
And she's definitely full combat mode too.
Yep. I think I said Durthu needed an 8. He's 8.5 inches away.
Mm-hmm.
There's the 9. That'll get him. That will get him in there. Yep. Just toe in. I think that's all my charges. Stomps at the start of the combat phase. Let's see if we can make those demonettes strike last. No.
And then the Seekers over here?
Yeah. Well, no. It's only Durthu and the Treelord that do it.
Okay.
So does Drycha want to go first, or Durthu?
If I put a single wound, no, Durthu's at full wounds, right? So
yeah, you gotta put. He's just gonna do it.
I would probably have Drycha kill as many Seekers because he's already wounded.
I don't think.
I only have 4 more wounds to do.
She's not getting rerolls. Okay, sure.
Yeah, just
Why
because
not?
no matter what, the Treelord is. He's do 10 wounds with the amount of even at full.
He could. So let's do. He's got 4. She got 4 talons.
Mm-hmm.
With her, with how many wounds she suffered. So she's hitting you on 4s. Ooh, she is
Enraged.
She's enraged. 3s to wound you. That is 2 at Rend 2.
I only have that 5-up save.
So that'll be 4 damage right there.
Yep, so I need to do the one on the train. Yep. Nope. All right, so there's
1,
2,
3, and 4.
Mm-hmm. It's 1 right there.
Okay, and then she's got her 20 attacks with her Squirmlings. Because she is damaged, she's hitting you on 4s. Rerolling ones. Okay. So she's doing 2 mortals. And then she's got force to wound you. Okay. So she's got 2 more. So 2 wounds. Ren nothing.
2 wounds. Taking 1.
No,
Because I'm in fully cover. Oh, that wouldn't matter.
wouldn't matter because you didn't start off the thing because the way we remove wounds.
All right, so there's 2 then. So I just have the champion and what would be
And
the
then
musician.
she got 2 more wounds.
All right, so I'm gonna remove what would be the musician. So I just have the champion remaining.
Okay. With 1 wound. on
Yep.
it. And then your activation.
I'm gonna go over to the Treelord combat over here.
Make your pylons.
Yeah. So for the sake of this,
Yeah, we're counting those as not there.
yep. So I will be able to get all 10 in.
Okay.
We already know close enough just because the 3 inches plus since they're such small bases.
Mm-hmm.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there's that. All right, so looking for 4s and 4s. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3 overall. They're adding back, and I lose 3, so I only miss with 2.
Nice.
Yep. All right, so now I'm looking for 4s. So that's going to be 1 reroll out of that. All right, so it's going to be 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 Ren 1 saves.
Okay. 6, 8, 10, and 11. So he's got nothing special. No rerolls because he's too far away. So he's just saving on force here. And this is where he goes down. I knew it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it was 5.
I think it was 5. We'll check that
Yeah.
on video in just a moment.
Okay, so reviewed it. He take 6 wounds. So he's going to attack them. He is wholly within 8 of the Wildwood.
So that summoning, I told you summoning it would pay off.
So he's got 2 extra attacks with his big sword.
Yep.
So he's got 5 attacks here, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, no rerolls because no wizards are near him. So hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. That is 2. At Ren 2, you are in cover.
So I do have a 6-up save.
Yep.
Doesn't mean it means anything.
Nope. So 2d6 damage. Can you roll 10? Yeah.
All right, so there's 11. Sorry, ladies. Your beautiful paint job and cool basing will not save you here. So that's going to wipe out that entire unit. Meaning all I have left is a single seeker in the middle of the table
How
fighting.
many did she lose this turn?
It should be 3 already.
Yep. Okay, yeah. So she can't fail, but your banner's gone?
Yeah, my banner's gone. So that's the champion.
Okay, so I'll just roll for. I'm going to burn those 2 objectives in the back.
Yeah. So let me do this.
Yep.
Smack. So
Sorry.
let's do 3 from her and then 2 from the seeker at the end. So 2 flubs. So 1 rend.
Saves.
And then 2 regular saves. Or sorry, 2 regular 3s and 4s. Both are flubbing.
Okay. So that's it for combat.
Yep.
No battle shocks.
Yep, I can't fail, but I mean, it's the only model I got left on the table at this point.
Okay, so I'm gonna. I control basically all the objectives on the board.
Yep.
So I'm going to burn your 2 back ones.
Makes sense.
So I'll control D3 and then D3 plus 1
Yep.
for the character. So that'll be 3 plus 1 more, 4 plus my 4.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be 8. That puts it at 19 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to roll for priority?
Of course.
Okay, we're going for the last model.
Yeah.
Going for broke. 3. I'll take the turn.
Oh, I knew that was going to swing the game in my favor. Oh, so close.
So let's just do it quickly here. Drycha's gonna
Arcane Bolt?
Arcane Bolt?
Yeah, because I've got 1 wound left.
5. It goes.
Yep. I can't do anything.
Okay.
So that's...
Just the 1 mortal wound.
Yeah. And that's my entire army.
Alright, good game. We'll be back to discuss.
Yep. See you in a moment, guys.
And there we have it. A victory for Alariel's children over the Demonette Harlem?
Yeah, I'm calling it my Demonette harem.
Sure. So, what were your thoughts on the game?
Hellbane is such a great character hunter, but only 3 attacks normally versus anything else. Really flubbed. I completely misunderestimated those Kurnoth with the Scythes in the middle of the table.
Yeah, I mean, they're really resilient. They can do some damage. I think we discussed it. I still think the mistake was turn 2 was when you didn't retreat the Seekers.
So if you end up jumping all the way back to turn 2-ish, I had the opportunity to flee the combat with the Hellbane and the Demonettes were already tied up in and run back to your side of the table. And you only had, what were they, the 5...
5 Tree-Revenants on each objective.
Yeah, so I could have done that. I thought I was going to sweep through the Kurnoth. It didn't happen. We did the math, and it would be a 12-point swing.
It could potentially. By the time, I think, but with the way the turn order worked out, you could have burned 1 objective. Before I could have reacted and claimed the other one, you could have either burned my other one by your next turn. Mm-hmm. I think that might have been the turn you got. No, you got the double on turn 2.
I got the double on turn 2.
So turn 2, you would have retreated, burned one of the objectives. On your turn 3, you basically would have put pressure on me, and
which means you wouldn't have been as aggressive early on.
I could have been as aggressive
on my side of the table.
And you don't want to fight Sylvaneth in their woods.
Yeah, and that's
the second
something
you make me come out,
do.
I'm not getting that cover.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm charging you with my Scythe Hunters, then I'm not getting the rerolls.
It's true, because you're not fixed in the ground, right?
Yep. So that's the time you don't want to go into the woods and fight Sylvaneth. I find is the best. I mean, the old school was you plop the trees on the objectives and do the Karate Kid move and come at me, bro. But with the changes to the woods and stuff, it doesn't usually typically happen now. So, yeah, I think retreating, burning 1 objective, putting the pressure, it would stop me from burning your objectives. And by the time I didn't have any wildwoods over there, so I could have moved fast enough to get over there to kill the Seekers. And by that time, the Seekers would have killed all 10 of my Tree-Revenants and burned everything.
Okay. An issue as well, while in this game, I actually had some depravity and was able to use it. Not running the Celestia Host, where you're not getting double, really slows down the army. After they did the FAQ and basically almost doubled a lot of the cost for everything.
I think it wasn't double.
It was about 1.5 times.
50% increase.
Yeah, which, honestly, it makes sense, but it's to the point where I couldn't really do a lot. And after you basically killed my general really early on when you super neutered him, I mean, when you lose a 400-point monster that's your general early on, that is your main source of damage, because everything else is just 1 damage. So that really hurt. And by turn 3, you'd killed everything, which basically meant all the depravity I had didn't do anything. So I hope they fix that in the new book. Yeah,
well, I'm interested to see. They gotta fix depravity, or else it's just gonna be.
It's gonna be the same, just a new book with new minis. But just more Keeper of Secrets running the same.
Because none of the mortal heroes have enough wounds to make depravity in its current iteration worthwhile.
So I'm calling it now. I think that they're just going to make everyone gives 1 depravity for wounds, but characters do 2.
And then the cost of the depravity rewards go up.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, I think that's the safest and easiest way to do it.
That way you can just take whatever you want and still be viable.
Yeah. Also, I mean, I didn't take a battalion, which we talked it over and the mortal wounds would have been nice.
Especially in this scenario with against the Kurnoth Hunters and everything. I think you would have swept through them with how many 6s you were rolling to wound.
I just really wanted to run a last list sort of hurrah with it. Especially I wanted to showcase a lot of the units I'd end up painting up and based all that. So the endless spells, I'm not sure that I'd ever run them. But you know what? Under this book, this was the last game. So technically this loss doesn't count, right?
Sure.
Yes, you heard it here. I think you did a great job of forcing board control. Your teleports just really, I mean, for a 60 or 80 point unit, you could just do whatever you wanted. And it forced me to stay back with my 110 point units as well. You saw my Demonettes just blended through them, but it didn't matter as much on that because you were forcing me with a lot of other units to stay back.
To stay back and babysit your objectives.
Mm-hmm. And as always, Drycha, just if she gets 2 turns out of her shooting or combat, she really is great.
Yeah, and I think Durthu.
Yeah,
MVP there, just kind of
sweeping through,
just slid in like Tokyo Drift style, just made his way in, took out some fiends with one sword.
That was the most serious splinter I could have ever imagined.
Took out the Herald with the other swing, just not even, just showing off.
Mm-hmm. So Sylvaneth don't get a lot of love, but on this channel, they're like the MVPs.
Yeah, I mean, they're my favorite army. I've played with them for years. I still think they're good, despite what everyone thinks. And I'm just happy to show that they can win games.
Yeah. I said it's the last time playing this. Always look forward to everyone's inputs for this. What went right, what went wrong. Any more things, my friend?
I think that's it. Thank you for watching. We hope you had as much fun watching it as we had filming it. Stay tuned for more battle reports.